Okay, this is part two. Now, once I've modeled the eye sockets in there, some game models basically require that you cut out the eyes, and if you do that, you just basically go to the polygon mode and hit delete. Otherwise, you leave them in. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just form out the eyebrow a little bit. Okay. Now, if you notice here, we have five-sided faces. Here, 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 and here. Okay, these five-sided faces are bad. Game engines will retriangulate them and it just does not work. So we need to fix those five-sided faces. And I always am a big fan of fixing it first. Okay, so in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, I'm going to cut. There's my cut menu. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to cut starting at this point here and move up. That changes this to this right here to a four-sided and that to a four-sided. And then what I'm going to do is go here and cut. Okay, and that basically fixes this side. Now, from here down to here and up to the outer eye socket. Okay, so that basically solves my four-sided issue. And the other thing I'm having with it is I can now go back and shape these. Okay, so we know first that the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the eyebrow. Okay, as you can see, the eyebrow basically comes out here, and then I'm going to push this out a little bit more as well too. Okay, and then under here, I'm basically going to push this out for the jawline. So now, as you can see, I'm starting to get this nice little curve here where the face starts forming. Okay. Now, the other thing what you want to do is you always want to make sure that you are cutting enough faces in here to do the geometry. Now, this is being a low poly face. I'm not too worried about what I need to do. But to make sure that this works right, I'm going to go to front mode, actually viewport right, viewport left, sorry. And that's V and then L for left, VR for right, and then F for front. Okay, so I'm going to zoom up in here and I'm going to just take a sphere. And I'm going to do a sphere right in the center of the box, like so. And then I'm going to clone that sphere right over here. Okay, I'm going to just do an instance. I'm going to grab both those spheres, go in the perspective mode, and I'm going to move those forward so that you guys can see my eyeballs. Okay. Now I'm really working on this for the eyeballs, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically take this section here. I'm going to probably pull it forward a little bit. Right now I'm just trying to fit in the eyeball. Now, one of the big things that you need to be aware of is that in the eyeballs, the eyes are always 5 across. Okay, right now this is a little bit too wide, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this in a hair, and I'll move this one in just a hair. Now I'm just kind of sort of lining this up because that's what I'm doing. Now the border is a quick, simple way to just select the whole open gap, and I'm going to just move that like so. So now it's just pretty close to eye. Okay, so we got 5 eyes wide. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start shaping the brow. Okay, and to shape the brow, I'm basically going up there to the cut function. And again, I'm having issue with the whole I'm having issue with the right click menu, so I'm going to just cut here. And then cutting, I'm going to make one cut that goes all the way up here, and it's going to basically come down all the way to the back. So I'm going to just continue it to the back. Now, I'm actually going to stop right here before I do anything else, and I'm going to go into polygon mode, and I'm going to extrude a neck. So extrude, pull that down. I'm going to swing over here, select this face that I created, delete that, and grab this edge over here and just pull that in tight. I'm going to form out that neck really quick. So pull this back here, pull this over here, And a little bit too wide here, so I'm going to just move this in. And I'm going to move this one in. And this is going to give me my throat right here. Okay, and then I'm going to climb up in here in this corner here, and I'm going to pull this a little bit down. So, like so. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just delete these two polygons right here. I don't need them for the head for what I'm doing, and it gives me the wide open gap. Okay, so then I'm going to just go in and continue to cut all the way down. Now, like so. And just so you guys can see, I'm in polygon mode. Now, I'm going to go back to vertex mode. I hit 1 on the keyboard just for that. And this is where I start shaping. Okay, I'm going to finish the eye, this eye section here really quick. And I'm going to give this, I'm going to pull this down to give me more of a loop. And pull this out to make it a little bit more rounded. Go back around. And this is why you kind of want to make everything formed properly. So this one, I want to go around downward, and I want to go back here. So we're going to take this one, and I'm going to just move it up a hair to get that rounded feel on it. Same thing here. I'm going to move it up here this way, and I'm going to move it out just a hair. And then this one goes out, like so, and so on and so forth down the back of the neck. Now, I'm going to grab these two, and I'm going to pull these up a little bit, because the back of the neck actually has kind of that little roundness feature in there, like so. And I'm going to go pull these inward, pull this outward, and so on and so forth. So that's the basic fundamentals of the neck. Now I'm going to stop this because it's at 7 minutes, and I'll be back for part 3.